Welcome to Code Effectively. Today's topic is primitive data types in Java. This is an important and basic building block of Java programming and for ISC and ICSC students. Watch this video till the end. See, first we have to decide is what are data types. What is data? See, any raw information, what we give is any raw information that is given to the computer is known as data. This is a basic definition of data. Okay, and whatever data we give into the computer is divided into the parts on basis what type of data is, whether it is an integer type, whether it is a string type. So the computer divides the data into various parts in order to have a processed or synchronized working of the program. Okay, so this is what basically data means, and data types I will discuss again in the video. Okay, now what are data types in Java? When you are exactly working in Java has two types of data. Okay, two types, that is, first is primitive data type and the second one is reference data type. Okay, these are the two main data types in Java. Primitive data type is further divided into other categories, and reference is again divided into other categories. What is the basic difference between primitive and reference is, primitive are the basic building blocks. They are the pure, or you can say basic data structures, or you can say they are the basic data elements. Okay, and references, they are made from the primitive data types. Okay, what you can say is reference data types are derived from primitive data types. They are derived from the primitive data types. They are not originally made from their own itself, but primitive data types are pure and basic data elements that are the basic building blocks of a Java program. So this is all about primitive and reference, and I will be discussing more about reference in the next video, but this video is completely dedicated to primitive data type. See, in Java the primitive data types are of many. Okay, now we will discuss them with categories. Okay, the first one that we have is Boolean type, and then again in the numeric type we have integral type and the floating type. You can see, and in the floating type we have float and double. Okay, and in the integral type we have short, long, byte, okay, and char. Okay, you can keep this another into character type also, in another type that could be string type. You can just write here string and you can put string in character type. That's also different because it does not come into integer type. So basically what is Boolean, or you can just put out char here only. That's more than sufficient. Okay, basically what is Boolean? We all know Boolean is it is a flag variable. We can use this flag variable like Boolean A is equals to true. It stores either true or false. In numeric type we store the values like int I is equals to 1, I equals to 4. We use these values. Okay, then long, also when the variable is quite long or the variable is storing very long number of digits, then we use long. Okay, short is when we are using for a small amount of data, and byte is too small, like we are storing number from 0 to 127 range, then we can use byte also. Okay, just in order to store or save our space or to save our storage. Floating type, when we use decimal. Floating type we can say when we have to store the decimal type of data, then we use float or double. Okay, again in the same scenario, if we want to store a very large amount of data, very long amount of data, when it is having up to, let's say, 64 places of decimal, 32 places of decimal, then we use double. When we have to store around only 16 places to decimal, we use float. Okay, this is all about this. And character, I was telling you, char data type. Char data type is used to store a single alphabet, or you can say a character A, B, okay, a null data type, like this. These are the primitive data types. Now let me have these values there. Okay, these are the values. See, as I told you, first we have to learn their default values. What are their default values? Byte has 0, short has, since these are all integer data type all have default values are 0. And when we come to, okay, when we are coming to this decimal, float and double, this float and double will have 0.0. okay, 0.0. We don't use D. If you keep it 0.0, then also it is more than enough. But to indicate that we are using float, we have to mention like float f is equal to 0.0 f. F denotes that we are using float type of data. Okay, this is quite important for us. Okay, after this we are using character type, and for character we have to make sure that if it is null or it is not null, when it is not even null, the default value we get for the character is /u and 4 times 0. This means 0 also. Okay, and it is 2 byte and we have the type character. Boolean, its default value is true, it's false, and another value we get is when if it is not false then true. Okay, now let me tell you what 1 byte. 1 byte means is equals to 8 bits. Okay, it is equals to 8 bits. So like you can say that byte is 8 bits. Okay, 8 bits, and then again short we can say it is 16 bits, and then 62 bits and 32 bits and 64 bits. Okay, so we know that the long has the maximum bits. And after this we have float. Float also gives out to be 32 bits and double gives out to be 64 bits. Okay, and we know double is used for the maximum quantity when the decimal point is quite long, is too long. And character is all as usual 16 bits of character. Okay, now let me give you a very short example like how data type are saved. As we know, int is storing 32 bits. So like for example, if I take int I is equals to, let's say it's 2. Okay, we know that for decimal 2 stands for 1 and 0 in binary. This is 2 in decimal, so in binary it will be 1 0. Now what computer will store, it will use 32 bits to store. Like first 32 it will store like this 1 0 0 0 0, again 0 0 0, and this how 0 32 times, and the last will be 1 and 0. Here all the zeros, like all here will be 30 zeros will be here, and next we will have here that is 1 and 0. Okay, this is how we have to store the digits in, or we store simple data in our computer in bytes. Okay. Now let me tell you again for float and double. I just mentioned that float can store, again I'm just repeating, I just mentioned out that float can store data, all type of data, and plus 7 significant places. Like after decimal it will store 7 significant digits. It can store 7 significant digits. Okay, after decimal. And in double it will store 15 places, 15 decimal places it can store. Okay, like for example it could be double d is equals to, let's say 8 point, and we can store after 8 15 decimal digits. 15 digits after decimal we can store. But in float we can store, let's say float f is equals to, let's say 0.8 point, and after this we can only store 7 digits after decimal. Okay, this is the basic difference between float and double. That's why float value is only 4 bits and 4 bytes, and double value is 8 byte. Okay, this is the basic difference. And whenever you are using float, you have to mention, in order to signify you are using float, like float I is equals to 8.3f. This f signifies that or indicates that you are using float type of data. If you will not, if you write here like this 8.3, like int float I is equals to 8.3, it will give a compile time error. Okay, you have to mention float I is equals to 8.3f. This is quite important. Okay, and character is quite easy. Like you can store char ch is equals to, let's say a, so it will store a. Okay, that's it. Now what to do if you are storing byte? Okay, we usually use byte when our data, we know that our data will lie between 0 to 127 only. Okay, then only we use byte. By chance you use byte is b is equals to 200, it will give a compile time error because its range is only 0 to 127. So you can use a short, or you can use int, you can use long, but you can't use byte if your range goes above 127. Okay, this is a quite basic thing that you have to remember in your programming. This was all about primitive data types. These are the data types, these are the basic building blocks of data types, okay, in Java. And from this only we derived arrays, we derived array, object, class. Okay, from this we can make strings also from these, because a combination of characters or char only gave us string. So these are the basic primitive data types. These are the building blocks or the pure data types in Java. So you have to learn about this only, and further you know about the programming, how you use int I. Okay, then you initialize I equals to 10. You can use double b is equals to, let's say b equals to 8.3, and for the long you can say long l is equals to, let's say 884. You can go for anyone. Okay, that's more than sufficient for the day. Thank you for watching Code Effectively.